Welcome back, everybody, once again to the Nerdcore Live Show.
Again.
This is our next review of Daredevil Born Again, Season 1, Episode 4. As always, this is Nerd Chicano here to host show alongside our wonderful co-host, Brad and Yoda.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a wonderful, wonderful Friday night.
It's Friday night, you know what that means.
Once again.
Second
time.
Yeah. We're here to talk about Daredevil Season 1, Episode 4. Daredevil's Born Again, Season 1, Episode 4. But before we can get into that, Brad, we usually talk about how we're doing, so I got to come up with something else.
I don't. I got my little frog buddy here.
Yeah, I know.
Just chilling.
Just chilling. I put my fucking Dragon Ball stuff over there where my TV's at. You can't see it.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah, I need to get like some lights set up around here, so you can actually get the background illuminated. But I don't know.
Hit up Lowe's or Home Depot. They got that shit.
Yeah. But I guess is that? Oh yeah, never mind. I thought it was Stacy in the comments.
Nope.
But yeah. I don't know, Brad. Not really sure what else to say at this point.
Well, apparently your uncle's coming to visit you.
Well, trying to. Yeah. We haven't seen this uncle in a long ass time though. Yeah.
Weren't you just in Monterey though?
No, this is on my mom's side of the family. Now my dad, we hang out all the time with my dad. My mom's side of the family is the one that we don't hang out a lot with.
Okay, got it.
We just never get a chance to hang out with them. But yeah, we're gonna go see about like possibly hanging out with him. It'd be fucking cool.
That'd be good.
Yeah, who knows? Tomorrow, my brother wants to go see Mickey 17 tomorrow.
I mean, I am kind of interested in that movie, just the overall look of it. So, and it's got Pattinson, so I mean, it's probably good.
It's Bong Joon-ho, you know.
Yeah.
Parasite.
It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be kind of probably a good action-packed movie. So
yeah. But hey, if you guys are here and you haven't checked out a review of Rhapsody in August, you guys will get to see it on Sunday. You know, because that's dropping on Sunday for you guys. Actually, no, it's dropping tomorrow. What am I talking about? It's dropping tomorrow. So check that out, guys. Good thing I just remembered about that because I hadn't edited it yet.
We're on the downhill slide to the end of Kurosawa.
We're 3 movies left.
That's crazy.
So Shirasagata Part 1 and 2 and Maradayo.
So be there for that because that's 8 years in the making right there.
Yeah, man. After Maradayo, we're allowed to end this podcast.
Yeah.
This podcast can end. Will we end it? Probably not. But like, it can end.
I mean, we've accomplished like I forget when we started. I think that was year 2.
I can tell you right now because I'll see it here in the podcast feed.
Yeah.
Because it would be. I think our first Kurosawa review was. No, not Seven Samurai. It was the Hidden Fortress, I think.
It was the Hidden Fortress.
I think so.
Also, Stacy, watch that movie. Parasite is so good.
Yeah. Wait, he's never seen Parasite?
No, that's what he's saying.
Damn. Yeah. Stacy, watch Parasite.
Watch that tonight, Stacy. Actually, just like you don't even have to stay on here with us. You can go.
Get the fuck out of here and watch.
Get out there and go watch Parasite. Why are you listening to us?
Why are you listening to me? Why are you listening to us?
You're stupid as fuck. Go watch Parasite.
Yeah. You should 100% watch Parasite.
Stacy's like, I pay for you fools.
I'm gonna watch you fucks. Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, man, it's just that's just what it is. I'm trying to find this here, man, but I can't find trying to look for our. There it is. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go to my list. And it's got to be in the first year of our podcast. It has to. If it's not. Oh no! Our first Kurosawa film is that we reviewed is Rashomon, Brad.
Oh really?
is Rashomon. Oh, no. I lied. Ikiru. Because it was our classic film month.
And that's what I chose?
Yes.
Guessing? Okay.
Yeah, you chose Ikiru. So, trying to go here.
That?
Huh?
What year was that?
April 3rd, 2018, Brad. We started the journey of reviewing Akira Kurosawa. That is
7 years.
7 years later, Brad.
Yeah. It took us 7 years to get through his filmography.
And it will be complete on Sanshiro Sagata Part 1 on Monday, Sanshiro Sagata Part 2 on Thursday, and then hopefully Maradayo on the 31st.
Yeah.
Yeah. So almost 7 years later, on the fucking dot, Brad, we will finish. Man, they can't even write a story like that on WWE, Brad.
No, and for all those wondering, no, not all those were on video.
No. That's why, even though I don't really, update it anymore, I need to sit down and update it. The podcast feed really is the one that has everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's crazy, Brad. 8 years away. 8 years ago. 7 years ago, Brad.
It's taken us 7 years.
Yeah, since 2018, Brad.
3 away.
Yeah. It's crazy, right? Well, 3, even though we need one more. After that, but it's not available anywhere.
All right. After that, we're just bringing random people on the live show again.
Yeah, I guess. Brad, we even did the fucking horse documentary, Brad.
We did. Yes, which wasn't bad.
No.
You would think.
Yeah. We did like it's crazy, Brad. Like we literally did everything that's available from him that he directed. That's a feature length movie
that we can get our hands on.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's like a fuck ton of shorts that he wrote. I mean, that he directed that we can't watch.
Yeah, and there's that one movie that apparently exists but hasn't been seen since that one time it was shown in Tokyo.
Yeah. But and of course I know he wrote a lot of other films, but I am not about to fucking go through his written stuff too. Like that'd be a lot of shit. Even though that would be quite the. Imagine if that's our next challenge, right? We're like, okay, now just go through everything that he wrote.
Oh God. Holy God, no.
That'd be so much, Brad. Yeah. Yeah, because there's like so much shit that he wrote. And then, of course, like the stuff that he assistant directed. And oh, yeah, that's a lot.
Stacey's saying, that's all, folks. We've watched all we can of Kurosawa, and we're going to review HBO's Velma, but I guess we're done.
Yeah, I guess we're done, yeah.
And with that, we're... Just kidding.
Got Parasite sitting in a shelf in front of me, needing for it to be watched as well. I cannot believe it. Stacey, you should just... After we're done here, sit down and watch Parasite. You need to watch that movie. I think that movie's incredible. But, Brad, I'm glad that we finally will finish that off. And, I don't know, man. It just feels crazy, right?
Been a long time coming. I think we might. I don't know. I'm sure there's quite a few probably have finished Kurosawa's filmography, but yeah. I don't think it's a very big club.
No. 31 movies, Brad.
I don't think a lot of people would have watched the horse documentary, honestly.
No, I don't think so. And every single review is actually available to watch. What's it called? To watch, to listen to, because, I'm sorry, no, that was for Tarkovsky. All of Tarkovsky is available to listen on the podcast feed. Yeah. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to get the files for the other, reviews that we did for Drunken Angel and all that.
Oops, Stacey says he's gonna watch Parasite tomorrow. Let us know what you think, Stacey.
Fuck yeah, thank you. Yeah, I can't wait to hear your thoughts. But, Brad, let's go ahead and get into this episode of Daredevil. So, if you have not watched episode 4, Please get out of here if you care about sports, but if you don't care about sports or you've already seen the episode, go ahead and stay. Anyway, how it goes is your one and only spoiler warning is in effect after these words from our sponsors. And a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Today's episode of the Nerdcore Live Show is brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether you want to see your favorite band, sports team, or comedian, SeatGeek has you covered. We're proud to be partnering with SeatGeek to offer you $10 off with code TheNerdCore. That's $10 off your first order at SeatGeek.com with code THENERDCORPS. So take a seat at your next live event with SeatGeek. Thank you. Now let's get back to today's video. All right, Brad. Season 1, Episode 4, titled Six Semper Sistema. What is that? Do you know what that says?
I don't know. Why are you asking me?
They knew Latin.
You know more languages than I do.
Is it going to say it in the trivia?
I mean,
yes. I'll read it after. Let's go. When I do this other shit. Episode is directed by Jeffrey Nachmanoff. Created for television by Dario Scardapane, Matt Corman, and Chris Ord. David Feige. Episodes written by David Feige and Jesse Wiggletoe.
Wait. What? Wiggletoe?
Wiggletoe?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wiggle your toes. Executive story editor is Catherine Blair. Staff writer is Devon Kleiger. And of course, Daredevil is created by Stan Lee and Bill Everett. Episode stars Charlie Cox, Vince D'Onofrio, Margarita Levieva, R.T. Froshan, Nikki M. James, Ayelet Zurer, Michael Gandolfini, Sabrina Guevara, Jania Walton, John Bernthal, Hunter Duhan, Charlie Hudson III,
Duhan.
Yeah, Hamish, Alian Headley, and more. Yeah. Let's look at some trivia here, Brad. The episode title, Sic Semper Sistema, is Latin for thus always to the system. It is a play on the Latin phrase, Sic Semper Tyrannis, which translates as thus always to tyrants. A phrase intended to mean that tyrannical leaders will inevitably be overthrown. It also used to refer to a fact that a ends justify the means philosophy is always self-defeating in the end, specifically in regard to leaders throughout history that had good and justified intentions, but achieved them using immoral and unjust methods that brought about their downfall and caused them to be remembered as tyrants. So by extension, Sic Semper Sistema is referring to the fact that while Fisk may have some good intentions for the city as mayor, my fucking alarms went off, most of his reasons for being mayor are selfish and to gain even more power. That combined with his immoral and tyrannical methods of implementing both his good and bad intentions will ultimately lead to his downfall, and the downfall of the entire system that he is attempting to build. Sic Semper Tyrannis has been used throughout history as a rallying cry to overthrow tyrants and leaders who abuse their power. Contemporary history credits Roman Senator Marcus Brutus with originating the phrase immediately before assassinating Julius Caesar in 44 BC. It was adopted as the official motto of the Commonwealth of Virginia in 1776 and is printed on the Virginia State Seal. This motherfucker just wanted to fucking talk about what, yeah. All right.
You just want to talk about the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Must be.
All right, Brad. So, Brad, I don't think we're at the middle yet. I wouldn't call this the middle because we have 9 episodes, right?
Yes.
But Brad,
Pretty close to the middle already.
Yeah, almost there. But Brad, what are your initial thoughts on the on this episode of Daredevil Born Again?
I really like this episode. I think this is, we're getting back, I think, into maybe the grittier side. Maybe not visually the grittier side like you want, but I think storyline wise, I think the lines in this episode are better than I think the previous episodes, specifically the end. But I also, you brought up in the last episode when Matt was helping, he wasn't just helping like heroes and all that. He was helping the poor or
Mm-hmm.
like the one lady. In this, we get to see that again. He's called in to be, you know, Leroy's. Who Leroy is a very difficult man.
He doesn't really make a good case for himself.
No,
And
he's a very
when Matt
difficult
barely meets him.
man. But that whole back and forth between them, and at the end, Leroy's like, "Man, I just wanted fucking dessert, and they're spending more money to put me in jail than just feed me." And it's like you feel that. You're like, yeah, like the system is failing. The system has failed Leroy here. Who, I mean, if he had enough food, would he be stealing? I mean, it brings up a great point, and I think Matt, like after losing Foggy and all that, maybe became a bit more callous towards everyone, and I think that might wake him up there, along with what he's dealing with Hector. I think it might be stirring something that we see at the end here. Um,
Yeah.
Not only that, but his talk with Frank, of
I
course.
think his talk with Frank is really what set him
Yeah,
off.
but I think the beginning of that we see is with the death of Hector, and then his back and forth between with Leroy, and then Frank. I think is the ultimate thing that turns him. And I also like Fisk. What we're seeing with Fisk in this, where it's showing Fisk hasn't changed. Fisk has not changed one bit. We've
No.
been getting this Fisk that's been eating very pale, healthy food through
Yeah.
3 episodes, other than the cheesesteak, which they
By
eat.
the way, in that first episode, his omelet, he's still eating the regular omelet, but that's egg whites. That's not a whole.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, it's like healthy food. Like
yeah.
everything's like very pale, healthy food. Like I think he was eating fish or like unseasoned chicken in one episode, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing him kind of put on this facade,
Except for the
and
cheesesteak.
except for the cheesesteak, which again was to do a point. It's not like he wanted
Yeah.
to eat that. That was just to,
What a
to play like
disgusting
play like
sandwich.
the everyman. I think, or get under the skin of the chief of police. And at the end here, we see Fisk with his wife's lover caged up. Apparently, I don't know who Adam is. I just know that I
You
believe
don't
he's
remember
one.
Adam?
I don't remember Adam.
You see, it's a very brief thing in season 3.
Okay. I don't remember like that personally. I just because when was season 3? Like so many years ago.
Oh my
Exactly.
god. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't remember. At first, I was like, "Is that Iron Fist?" And then I'm like, "No, that ain't Iron
No.
Fist."
Why would the fuck would it be Iron
Yeah,
Fist?
because I was just thinking it'd be hilarious if like Kingpin just had Iron Fist caged up and he's just
No.
eating a giant like plate of like Italian sausage and spaghetti in front of him.
Yeah.
But
Um.
overall, like I really enjoyed this episode. You had the moment where they even talk about the scrolls, which I didn't know that was going to be like a thing brought up in this show.
It does confirm that Daredevil does know that Matt does know about scrolls.
Yeah,
Um.
well, and does not believe like no, this wasn't a scroll.
Yeah. I just love that. That's kind of gonna be the go-to argument for some of these criminals. Like, well, how do you know it wasn't a scroll?
Like, really, it wasn't a scroll. It was you. But definitely the most powerful part of this episode is that with the Punisher, that meeting between him and Frank Castle.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but all right. How can I say this? All right, cool. Let's get into this. So I really like this episode. I'm kind of the same thoughts as the last one. So I like that we're kind of slowly building to Matt wanting to return to becoming Daredevil.
Well, and we're getting Matt returning as Daredevil and Fist returning as Kingpin.
Yeah.
We even got the wall, the blood spattered wall that's hanging up.
Yep. Well, it's because both of them to me, it's like both of them just can't help but want to go back
Yeah, I mean
But-
that's what they are.
for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, and well, and I mean, I love the speech between Daredevil and Frank, in that Daredevil recognizes that him and Frank are not good people. That
No.
Foggy Nelson was a good person, but they are not good people.
Yeah. So to me, the best part of this episode, I mean, it's, and I told you, Brad, I messaged you, I was like, okay, like, it's not that rooftop scene.
No,
No,
it's in the
it's like,
basement.
yeah.
I think it's a basement.
Well, no, I mean, as in the rooftop scene from season 2.
Yes,
where,
yes, I
yeah,
know, but
yeah.
this is in a basement.
Yeah, it's in the basement, but I just think that the dialogue is way stronger in that scene. But in this one, like, I really liked the dialogue in this scene with Frank and Daredevil, because
well, and I feel
one
like
of the things that, sorry, Brad, one of the things that this show, well, that Netflix's Daredevil always got right, was kind of really emphasizing how Frank and Matt are very similar, but
two different
their
methods.
executions
Yeah.
are very different.
Yep.
And it's what keeps them to having this, this dynamic of, basically like Frank telling them, like, you're just one major event away from becoming me. Like,
And
you're
he is.
just
And this
you're
was
just
kinda-
one more thing happening to you.
And this might it, because let's be real here. Bullseye survived. Survival was a miracle. He landed head first into the goddamn pavement. So, and I think that was really a turning point. And you're right. Daredevil has always been seen as a hero, and Punisher has always been seen as an anti-hero.
Yep.
You're not wrong. It's a very thin line for Daredevil to cross over, and he might in this. I don't know if he keeps that hero.
Yeah. I just thought that scene was super, super strong, and the acting was great.
I
But
will
also,
say-
we got confirmed that wasn't Frank. Someone's copycat.
Oh yeah, in episode 3, yes, which we
Yeah.
kind of figured.
We kind of figured,
Like, we
but
kinda
it gets
figured.
confirmed to us here that that's not Frank.
What's worse is it's somebody who etched their bullet casing with the Punisher logo, so it's like you're kind of corny at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's why I really think it's Bullseye, because Bullseye is kind of a corny character. But again, with the rooftop scene back in the day, wasn't that a longer scene? That was what, a 10-15 minute scene maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this was like a 5-10 minute maybe, like in the basement scene. So maybe the shortness of this scene, and maybe we'll get more in future episodes of them two communicating or not. That might help. I don't know. I think that was a very strong, and just to have Bernthal back in as Punisher, I think is everything, because Bernthal has been, at least in the television series, the quintessential
Yeah.
Punisher, who I really don't know if I could see anyone else in that role.
What I would love is that it's not even like Poindexter is nothing like. It's what I would think would be so fucking cool, as is if the Hand is back, and they've like bought out the cops.
Could be.
I think that would be so fucking cool. But I know that the Hand is gone, is done. Like they're not bringing back the Hand,
Yeah.
because that was so Netflix's Daredevil and Iron Fist, and I don't think they'll do it. But
I mean, but like, you see all the cops with like the Punisher logos on them.
yeah,
So you could easily kind of transform it to that. I think that would be kind of cool in my opinion.
yeah. But it does really bring up a really interesting way to take the story for you to have these copycats of the Punisher.
Yeah,
And,
and who knows how many there could be.
Yeah, I hope. Look, if it's Bullseye, fine. But I think it's way more interesting for you to have these rogue cops who are pretending to be the
Which
Punisher.
it might be.
Yeah, yeah,
I just, to me, in my mind, it would make sense. Like that original Punisher we see, shoot the White Tiger is Bullseye because Fisk let him out.
yeah. But I'm sorry, Brad. Adam. I'm sorry. Adam's not in season 3. Because the affair happens when Fisk is gone after he gets shot. So no, that's not season 3. I'm sorry.
So it's after Echo.
It's after Echo. So
Or
we just never what's it called, saw this stuff.
Okay.
But so that I love that scene with the therapist, the therapy session, because you know, somebody's starting to realize like this Fisk isn't okay. His therapist is starting to realize like, okay, this guy's a threat. And to the point where she asks her if she feels safe, and it's like, yeah, you don't have to worry about that. She wouldn't.
Yeah.
Which I wholeheartedly believe that Fisk is capable of physically harming everybody else
But Vanessa.
and himself before he ever physically harms.
Yeah, because
Vanessa.
he has an obsession with Vanessa.
Yeah,
Like, it's an obsession.
yeah. We'll bring back the hand, but call him the foot. And if you work for them, yes, you will be doing a.
Tarantino.
Yeah, you would be doing a foot. Yeah. Oh God. Oh God. But yeah.
I love how they present, because you know, these previous episodes we've seen Fisk as someone who's looks like he's trying to kind of go the straight and narrow right now to try to be, you know, mayor, but we see him start to slide, like even like the conferences, which, by the way, him having to sit through two
renditions
of Built This City on rock and roll, it has to be some of the funniest shit I think Marvel's ever done.
Such talent. He goes, oh, we haven't, like, no, I had to, I'm busy. Just for him to go to the Latvian Heritage Day thing, and for them to be fucking singing it in Latvian.
And him going up the stairs and going, why do we care about Latvia?
Yeah.
And it's just like, this man is truly kind of becoming, you know, becoming done with the whole system.
Yeah. It's like he has no idea what being mayor is. Like, but I mean, like, come on. If you won by 16 points because of a primarily Latvian population,
Yeah.
you got to go show face at their Latvian.
You got to do that, and then like try and smile through another rendition.
Oh, we built this city
on the rock and roll. But when he was there with the children, and you see his face,
like, oh God, yeah. But he's really angry about the leak, which happened because of fucking Daniel.
You can see the. I mean, he's yelling and throwing.
Oh, he was ready to fuck, bro. Old Fisk would have had Daniel hung out of that fucking.
I think Daniel saved himself in that moment because he came right out and said it was me. I think if Fisk had to go searching for him, it would have been a different story. But Daniel came out and was like, "Yeah, I fucked up." Which, by the way, the party scene with him and BB, like, that was kind of funny as well.
Yep. But I mean, I just been really enjoying the this what's it called this show so far. I really like this episode, and I am starting to think that, you know, he's kind of going down the road of going back to being Daredevil, but also Fisk is going down the road of being Kingpin.
Yeah. Well, no, I think the end of this is showing Matt is going back to being Daredevil, and Fisk, if he was really trying not to be Kingpin, he's Kingpin, just with the giant plate of food and, you know, having a guy trapped in his basement. But I think now we have, of course, Kingpin versus Daredevil once again. Also, I got to bring up, we have a new villain that's apparently kidnapping people in train stations.
Yeah. Not too sure what that's all about.
He's called Muse, and he paints with their blood.
Yeah.
Which I don't. Again, I haven't read the comics, so if Stacy, if you read the comic, if other people have read the comics, like if you want to give us a little rundown of what Muse is, um, please do.
Not entirely sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm intrigued. He kind of like a his face looks like a Rorschach character in a way, but um, just with the kind of the mask, I
Yeah.
guess.
Well, was that Muse or was that somebody taking up the role of?
This is saying Muse.
Okay, all right. Because from the look of it, it does kind of look like White Tiger, but like I
No,
don't know.
because it has the blood coming down.
Yeah.
No, what Screen Rant is saying it's Muse.
Okay. Well, what an interesting villain.
I don't know yet. I don't. I mean, like that's how he pertains to this story, how that goes forward. I don't know. I'm interested, just because I think it's one of those weird characters that you don't know how or what part they have in the storyline, but I'm sure it's going to be probably something devastating to our heroes. Like he might like grab Karen Page for all I know.
Yeah, for sure. Um, anything else
Or
we're
the
missing?
therapist. He might grab the therapist.
Yeah. Well, so okay, and once again confirming what bro, I wanna bring up something. That man Matt Murdock, bro. He is so he's so smooth, bro. Goes up to that girl. He's blind as shit. You know he can't see, but tells her, "I bet you look really good today." With that smile, and then he goes, "Happy Latvian Heritage Day." It's like, how'd you know? Oh, I can smell it that you had basically like a Latvian dish for How do you compete with someone like that?
Also, don't forget this man has like sonar, so he can kind of see. Like not everything in detail, but he can.
But we got a glimpse of that in the Netflix's Daredevil show. But it's pretty much like infrared what he's seeing.
Yeah.
He can't actually see like your physical features. He's just seeing like basically like
it's different
heat.
between story and story. So
yeah, but when it comes to this show, basically what he's seeing is basically like
body
heat.
Yeah.
Body heat. He doesn't actually see what's it called, like facial features.
But you're right. His other senses weren't really detailed in the Netflix, but they're saying in this series they're super high. Like he can smell things.
Yeah.
He listens to that cop's heartbeat.
That's what I really like about this show so far, Brad. The way they were highlighting those heightened senses, like we're changing aspect ratios when we're listening to footsteps and stuff, and like I really really like what we're doing. That like it's doing it in a way that Netflix's Daredevil didn't do that.
I mean, and when he's basically interrogating that cop, it kind of like zooms in at that cop's throat, and you can hear the blood or the heartbeat, and that's how I can tell the dude's not lying.
Yep. What a fantastic what's it called episode. I thought it was really good. Like I said, I don't love it yet, Brad. I don't love this yet.
I think mid-season is probably going to bring it. Because I think we do see Matt back in the suit.
It is really good though. I won't lie. It is a really good show so far, but I'm just not like, in love with this show yet. What else? Do we have anything else, Brad?
Let me read through.
Well, other than that scene with Hector's daughter was like really touching.
Is that his daughter or is it his niece?
Niece, I'm sorry, niece. Yeah. Niece.
That I mean, where she basically like, man, she's going off. She don't like the cops. She don't like, and then Matt basically has to just give her a hug.
Yeah.
And tell her that that his killer will be gotten, which I don't know if it will, but that's something you say to a kid to comfort them.
It's just pushing the idea that like does Matt actually believe in this system? That's really what what's it called? What he became Daredevil because why he became Daredevil because the justice system just wasn't doing enough to make sure that these people weren't harming others.
I did like the scene. Again, Fisk kind of learning how government works.
Oh yeah.
Very slowly, especially when he wants to clean up Red Hook, which is the pier or the dock over there in New York. And his staff, again, like, I know when people watch this, they're like, "Oh, the staff doesn't believe him." It's like, no, that staff member is telling him the truth of he needs to do all that if he wants to do all that, because that's just how the system is run, unless he just wants to be sued to here and back. That's kind of the steps you have to take. It's not an overnight process, unfortunately.
Yeah. Maybe becoming mayor isn't the job that Fisk wants it to be.
I think, honestly, a lot of politicians come in there with these very large and sometimes, great ideas. And then it's just getting them through the system because there's so many checks and balances. There's the monetary issues,
Yeah.
there's the safety issues, there's the design issues. And to get through all that, it takes time.
Yeah. Checks and balances is for your level of government, Brad. Don't really mean shit to the federal anymore. Yeah. But I digress. I think that Fisk is trying really hard to stick to this by the books way, even though it's not working. I think what's going to happen is that Fisk is just going to have to blend Kingpin with Mayor Fisk and start running the government the way that he was running his business.
Or start running stuff in the background where people can't see to make stuff happen. Mm-hmm. And that might be offing judges. That might be offing different things. I am surprised he didn't go full Kingpin and kind of choke out his staff member.
I'm telling you, Brad, if he wasn't mayor,
yeah, it would probably be a different story.
Daniel would have been hanging out.
Yeah.
From that
both of his staff members would have been gone.
Yeah, him and that girl. Yeah.
I think we want to bring.
But you see that Daniel really likes Fisk, though.
Daniel is
really believes in what he's doing.
Daniel is loyal without question to Fisk, which is dangerous in itself.
I wonder if he reminds him of what was the name of that guy, Brad? Season 1, who was the one who was like right hand man. What's it called?
Fisk, right hand man.
Yeah, from Daredevil season 1. What was his name? It's not Reginald. It was
You're
fucking.
asking me to remember something fucking long time ago.
Fucking shit. What was his name, Brad? By the way, Brad, Daredevil season 3 was in 2018.
Okay.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah. So you're asking me to remember season 1. That was like 2015. 2015.
What's his name?
Bro, that was 10 years ago. Like, I ain't remembering that.
James Wesley, Brad.
Wesley.
Remember Wesley? The guy with the glasses who was there in the car with him when Fisk fucking slammed the door on the guy's head?
There is something that comes to mind. I'm not sure.
I'll look, man.
We'll have to look.
Wesley Daredevil. This motherfucker,
sure if you
bro.
Bring it up, it'll like pop back in my brain. Will Whedon?
No.
No, Stacy. We need an Office of Government Efficiency that'll take care of it. Oh, God. No, Stacy. Stop it.
Stop it. This motherfucker, Brad. You remember this guy?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, remember this guy?
Yeah.
He was the one who was just basically like, what's it called, Fisk's right-hand man.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they killed him. Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah. But basically, I think he's trying to mold David into that.
Into something like that, which he might succeed in that. I don't or Daniel, not David. Daniel,
sorry, not David. Yeah. Daniel Blake.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel's another interesting character that I don't know if he'll make it through the season. We'll have to see. But I kind of want to now go back to the Frank conversation.
Yeah.
Because Frank's got some horrors, and I think he actually talks about them maybe a little more than he did in the Punisher series, because he talks about hearing his little boy.
Oh, yeah.
And how his little boy is basically telling him to take out the bad guys. and that if he doesn't keep moving, bad shit happens.
Yeah. Which I'm sure that like a lot of what's gonna happen to Frank here is gonna be a lot of setup for his show. But
I mean, yeah. I mean, but I can't blame them because of how pivotal of a character he was in the Netflix series.
oh yeah, no. If he wasn't gonna get his own show, you're fucking crazy. You're fucking crazy.
What's up, Timber?
What up, Timber?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. And he says like what's it called? He brings it up and he's like, and I'm sure you see Foggy, like you hear Foggy.
Yeah, you're
and,
just like me now. Same here, Timber. We are loving the show, so they
Yeah.
have done very well.
Yeah, I really like the show. And I think that to me the strongest. What's up, Timber? The strongest part was really that the conversation with Frank.
And I mean, it's not just Frank. It's like full like Punisher mode Frank of being like, yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, we get it, Frank. Frank is also unhinged in this series.
How are you guys? Has Brad been behaving for the most part?
Why am I the misbehaving one?
Yeah.
Ro's
For
the
the most
misbehaving one.
Yeah. Anything else that we missed, Brad?
I'm
think
reading
that's it.
through here. Secret
that's
rooftop
it.
room, Daredevil, that was cool. Fisk has again Adam trapped in a cage. I don't know who Adam is. If he has any other point than just being Vanessa's lover. I think we basically covered most of everything.
Do you think Vanessa and Fisk are gonna save their marriage? Or do you think they're gonna move towards like a?
I personally think Vanessa's using Fisk just for power.
Oh yeah.
I think that's easily seen here. And I think she's probably going to have a misstep. And we might see Wilson lose his mind.
Yeah.
Or she might figure out Fisk has Adam trapped in a cage, watching him eat Italian food every night.
Yeah. Yep. But oh man, does that what's it called? Poor guy, man. He's just trapped in there, and he's just okay. But hey, man, you shouldn't have been messing with his girl.
No. I mean, you don't like. What was the reasoning? Be like, yeah, I'm gonna mess with Kingpin's girl. Like,
I think that's the one person you probably shouldn't mess with. You know.
not the Italian food. Just a big plate of Italian sausage and spaghetti.
Yep.
At least I think
Yep.
that's what it looked like.
Viz is
I think Viz is just putting on a persona.
You think so?
Well, we knew he was. Well, I don't know. He might have been trying there for a while, and I think it came to a point after like the second rendition of Built the City of Rock and Roll. Fisk was just like, "Fuck it."
Well, I think
Not
that
doing
he's
it.
just trying really fucking hard to not fall back into his old ways.
Yeah,
and it's
and-
starting to become very clear to him that this job that he has now he has to completely separate himself from his old ways, and he can't. It's
No,
like the leaks.
No,
Him not being comfortable leaving the business to Vanessa. He's like, no, I want to still have some form of control over this old life that I have. And he's just, if you're going to be mayor, man, you can't do that.
Yeah, and the system's not working for him. And honestly, as we all know, Fisk is a control freak.
Yes.
And he's called a kingpin. Like, and if he's unable to even control his office as mayor, then what's the point?
They show a bit of Spider-Man's tie up with this. I really hope they do.
They have been bringing up Spider-Man here and there.
I don't even need to see him. I think they just need to bring up someone just bring him up. Didn't you also what's it called? Oh wait, but remember, Brad? Peter Parker's the thing that he undid in No Way Home, where everybody forgot that he was Spider-Man.
Did they forget he was Spider-Man, or did they forget he was Peter Parker?
No, they forgot that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
But did they forget about Spider-Man?
Yes.
Okay.
So for now, that means that Daredevil doesn't know that Peter Parker Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Because everybody forgot about it.
But we were saying earlier there was like a Miles Morales. Well, his father was brought up. Miles Morales, his father.
Yeah. Yeah. So it only makes sense that Lucifer breaks his persona and Spider-Man slaps it in the future. Slaps it in the future. Yeah, I hope so. I would hope that the next Spider-Man movie we do see Fisk in there.
I mean, I would hope because you know that like Sony's not gonna fuck that up.
Yeah.
Maybe. Possibly.
Yeah. Kraven the Hunter 2 coming soon.
Oh God, no.
With Rhino, with a very terrible looking CGI Rhino. Brett, what's your final verdict?
I'm going to follow you as you've been doing the previous episodes and go with 8.75 out of 10. Mm-hmm. I think you're correct. I think it's getting close to impressing me because the end here did impress me, but not the full episode.
Yeah. I would like to see the whole Defenders and the new Avengers team up. I really want them to bring everybody back, but except for Finn Jones. I don't think we need Finn Jones as Iron Fist.
Don't need
back.
Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Iron Fist is in the prison Kingpin build as well, next to Adam.
Yeah. I would really like to see Jessica Jones back. I'd like to see Luke Cage.
Yeah. Copperhead.
Yeah. So, would like to see all that stuff. I know the Stick is dead, so he's gone. But yeah, man. Brad, I'm just gonna continue on with my 8.75s. I've been enjoying the show a lot. I really like it. I'm just not at that point where I can say that I've been in love with an episode, but I think that every episode so far has had really strong moments that have really shown me that we're going down this route where we are understanding the character, but to me it's still kind of giving me that feeling that it's like, oh, we want to be like this other show, but we have to keep it like consistent to the Marvel Cinematic Universe's look. And I'm not a big fan of the look of the Marvel Cinematic Universe or the feeling of it sometimes.
Yeah.
And this show, even though it has its gritty nature, it still feels like a very tamed version of it.
I mean, I see where you're bringing that up, but the first 5 minutes, other than the first 5 minutes, yes, that first 5 minutes was kind of like, oh, wow, they just shot two guys in the head. That was kind of unexpected for like what I was figuring was going to be the Disney, washing of this show.
Yeah.
But I agree. After that first 5 to 10 minutes, I think yes. What?
Also, they kind of bring up the fact that maybe that cop didn't die. With the ones who went to go find Nikki Torres, and Matt fought them. So maybe Matt didn't break the no-kill rule?
Yeah, well, I think because, I mean, we know he keeps seeing the one he beat up. I don't know about the other one, but I don't think, I didn't necessarily think he killed them. But these guys are, like, built different in this episode, because I'm wondering how Bullseye survived being, like, splat off a 5-story building.
I don't know. Plot armor. But that concludes our review of Season 1, Episode 4 of Daredevil Born Again. Thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, keep up to date with us on thenerdcore.com, Twitter at thenerdcore, Instagram at thenerdcore, Letterboxd at thenerdcore, TikTok at thenerdcore, patreon.com/thenerdcore, and Discord link is in the description below where you can talk to us about all things Daredevil.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof, indeed.
Yep.
Got a hard head.
If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell. If you made it this far, tell us what you think about this episode. What are your thoughts on it?
Also, give us some info on Muse, because we don't know.
Yeah. Is there something we should know about Muse? And
like, he played an important part in these stories? I don't know.
Or he just one sick fuck? Cure the beard, or it looks good. Yeah, somewhat. Growing in there. Yeah. Thank you. If you're listening to us on your favorite podcast app of choice, leave a 5-star review and follow us on that app. All of that helps us out so much. And of course, we want to thank our patrons. Without them, none of this is possible. We love you guys. Thank you guys for being amazing. They have had the Rhapsody in August review for a lot of days so far, It's going to be up tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central Time. So just one of the things that you get to see from us. We also did our Spawn Season 2 Episode 6 review. 5 review. Yeah, for 5 watch along on Wednesday, so you can check that out on there. And we'll be doing Episode 6 on this next Wednesday. So go ahead and check out all that stuff. Brad, with that being said, we are now fully caught up. So next week we will be discussing it with Episode 5. We won't have to discuss anything else. So we'll be going week to week now. And then we got Andor, and then we got Last of Us Season 2. So,
and everyone got a really long episode in this one. So you guys are welcome.
Yeah. Well, I feel like there was a good amount to discuss for this one. I think
this had a lot of important information in it.
Yeah. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get them out of here, Brad.
All right, Raul, thank you for being host as always. Thank you to Stacy and Timber for joining us in chat. Thank our listeners out there, our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, when you go to couples counseling, maybe don't bring up that your husband's a killer. Maybe, possibly, or do. I don't know. I've never been in that position, so I don't know. Young Yoda out.